Do you think this smells good? Can you get your paws off the counter, please? That's disgusting. Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Chel. Today we are going into Magnolia Table, which is Joanna Gaines' cookbook. We're going to be making the sausage and hash brown casserole, and I had this for the first time when we went to Ohio, and our friend Kayla made it for us, and it was so good, so we're gonna make it for you at home with a wine pairing because we always need wine with it. So let's get started. First things first, we want to brown up some breakfast sausage. You can use chicken sausage, you can use whatever. You don't want to get the ones with the casing on it because then you gotta cut the casing off. We're just gonna pop this in the pan and cook it until it's nicely browned and then drain it on a paper towel. So while the sausage is browning in the pan, I've diced up one small white onion, and all the sausage is done now, so I'm gonna add a little more oil to my pan, and then I'm gonna cook these onions for about 5 minutes until they're translucent. Just takes away some of that like really strong onion flavor, makes them taste a little bit sweeter. And while this is cooking, we're gonna shred some cheese. We're looking for about 2 cups of cheddar. The next part is frozen hash browns. That's what makes this dish so good. So these are just a 32-ounce bag of frozen hash browns, and we're gonna add them right into the pan with the onions, and we're gonna cook for about 8 minutes. As you probably know, you should use a pretty big pan when you're doing this because then we're gonna add the sausage back into this too. So you need to have a pretty big vessel to hold everything. While the hash browns are cooking down, we're gonna make like the custardy kind of egg mixture that's gonna hold everything together. So it's 8 eggs. I know it sounds like a lot because it is, but we'll do 8 eggs. You should also always crack your eggs on a flat surface. If you crack them on like a corner, you're more likely to get eggs in your, like when you, in your thing, you know, like bloop, you're more likely to have. So just crack it on a flat surface. How many eggs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You think I can do a double crack? Nope, I got shells of that. Good try. Okay, so once you have 8 eggs in a bowl, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of milk. We're gonna add a cup of heavy cream. This is not a dish if you're trying to be skinny, because that's no fun. Then we're gonna add in some seasonings. We're gonna add in a teaspoon of garlic powder. Garlic's like one of my favorite flavors ever. Then we're gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. This recipe calls for sweet paprika. I'm just using normal paprika. You can use smoked paprika. I don't really care. And then we're just gonna do a pinch of sage. Boop. A teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Do you know what? These are Joanna Gaines too, for Target. So we'll double. Okay, we're gonna whisk this all together until it's nicely combined, and then we're gonna add our 2 cups of cheddar cheese and gently stir that in as well. From here, we're going to add in that potato, onion, and sausage mixture into this and then put it into our casserole pans. I should also note the oven has been preheated to 375, and I have 2 pans here that are lightly olive oiled, but I'm gonna actually show you a trick if you're making this dish for only 2 people because this makes a lot of food. So once the potatoes are done, I will show you that. Now we're going to a commercial break. If you are making this dish for 2 or 4 people, you can definitely just use one little 8x8 pan, but this makes a lot. Like this makes a whole casserole dish. Like I think Kayla made it for, how many of us were there? Like 10 people, and we still didn't finish it all. So what I'm gonna do is do 1/2 and 1/2. I'm gonna line one of these trays here with first aluminum foil, 1 layer of aluminum foil, around here. And then I'm actually gonna line it with plastic wrap as well. And then I'm gonna pour half of the mixture into here, and then I'm gonna pop it into the freezer. And the beauty of doing foil and plastic wrap is that I'm gonna plastic wrap the whole thing, and then I'm gonna foil it so that when it's perfectly frozen solid, I'll be able to take this foil and lift it right out and wrap it and put it in the freezer and leave it so that I don't lose my tray while it's in the freezer. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna line this with plastic wrap real quick. Don't come for me, people, I'm using saran wrap. Get over it. And then we'll pour it in, we'll cover it up, and it'll be good to go in the freezer. So you can just pop that back into the same casserole dish, pop it in the oven, and you have a meal ready in 45 minutes when you have people come over unexpectedly. We don't have friends, so that doesn't happen, but. Okay, so the potato, onion, sausage mixture is done. So is our egg and cheese spice mixture. So now we're just gonna add these together so they're all nicely combined, and then divide them between our two pans. Now go in the oven for 45 minutes. The recipe is 45 minutes for both of them, but since we're only doing half, I would really check it after 35. You just want the eggs to be cooked because everything else is cooked. So you just want the eggs to be nicely like cooked and fluffy. So into the oven we go. Alexa, set a timer for 35 minutes. And I'll see you guys. Oh, she interrupts me. So my cameraman left me to walk the dogs, but this is what it should look like. It should be firm in the center, nice and golden brown. Ooh. Let's talk wine really quick. You're eating this for brunch, so I'm totally down to have sparkling wine. I think it's just a good way to go. No one wants to have like a Pinot Noir at 11 a.m. while you're having this. So this is Gloria Ferrer Anniversary Cuvée. It's 2011. It's an aged sparkling wine made the same way champagne is. So it's gonna give you like toasty, bready flavors, but also have really nice acidity and these fresh flavors, which I think is going to counterbalance all of the cream, the cheese, the sausage, the potatoes that we have in here. So let's give it a try. You can also mix this with orange juice if you want. Like, do we really need to do that? So you just do like a scoop. You can have it, I don't have a fork. I never have a fork. Okay. It doesn't look pretty on a plate, but it tastes delicious, I promise you. Every time. Oh, so hot. But it's salty. You get the sausage flavor. The cheese is just like a nice little undertone. The eggs are super fluffy. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Toasty, bready, green apple, super refreshing. This is literally a delicious pairing though. I would make this 10 out of 10 anytime you have people over or just for yourself. Because like this is a half a batch and this is how much it made. But thanks for joining me on my hot mess of cooking show.